All right, so NBA back in full swing after the lockout. Some things that are kind of sticking out so far.
What you got?
Mavericks look old as hell. I mean, they look just old.
They got rid of all their youth.
And they replaced it with Vince Carter,
Lamar
Odom. You know, some people are saying, don't count them out because the season's still young.
Well, no, you can't because they're a veteran ball club.
And if they get on the right path, they can tear off a few games. Okay, I still don't see them doing anything in the playoffs.
No.
You got the Bulls 7-1 on they had a tough start too. I mean, they had a nice little tough schedule in the beginning. The Lakers though, when I saw the schedule, and I'm like, so the Lakers don't get a day off? Not one, huh?
Yeah.
Lakers came out, they played 3 in a row to start off the season?
The Lakers have played damn near every night. They've played, 9 games so far?
Yeah, they've played
5 and 4?
Yeah, they've played 9 games already. And I think the Bulls are right behind them with 8. And I thought the Bulls had – because the Bulls had like 2 days off at one point. I'm like, oh, wow. The Bulls got lucky. They had a couple days off.
Because then they got 7 out of 9.
7 out of 9.
They got them 9.
They had they played 8 games and they have 7 out of 9. I'm just like, Jesus. Y'all don't get a break. It's crazy. And what I want to start off with was I wanted to start with the Lakers because you know how I felt about Andrew Bynum. I always said, can he be the guy? I was like, I don't know. Can he stay healthy? You know what I'm saying? Can he stay healthy? And he's never been a focal point of the offense. Mike Brown comes in. Mike Brown says, big man gonna get the ball.
He's the best big man in the league.
And he's showing it. He is absolutely showing it right now. So I was like, I always said, I need to see it. Yeah, I've seen him do things here and there, but he's never been the focal point of a team.
Yeah.
Now, guess what I have to say? Lakers, you better not trade him.
Not for Dwight Howard.
No. Oh, no. Not straight up.
The Lakers are a
point guard.
Or not even a point guard. The Lakers are
another perimeter scorer
away from being a title contender.
I think they're a title contender now.
Well, with their size, they're a title contender, but I mean, they are another perimeter scorer away from being like on that level with
where they were before
with Miami and Chicago. And that same right now, it's Miami and Chicago and Oklahoma City, and it's everybody else. And right now, the Lakers are on that second tier.
Mm-hmm.
But if they get another perimeter scorer, he doesn't even have to be elite. Just somebody that can take some perimeter scoring pressure off of Kobe.
I'm thinking that if Powell can just give him a little bit more, because Powell only averaging about 14 points a game.
Well, I mean,
Powell's more I know Powell's a little bit older now, but come on now.
You have to understand, Bynum's average is up by 10 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
So those post touches that Powell was used to getting are now going to go to Bynum. And Kobe is shooting more than he shot.
And I think Kobe's even saying it because Kobe's like, I'm Kobe, I've never heard Kobe say this before. Kobe said, I'm shooting too much.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
well,
have you seen your hand?
He's a scorer.
Uh-huh.
He's a scorer. Like Barkley, he's a scorer.
Right.
No, the Lakers just need another perimeter scorer.
Right. And another thing I've looked is when I've watched the Miami Heat, this is not last year's Miami Heat. Miami now, even though I know they've lost a game to Charlotte.
They lost to Charlotte. No, they lost to Atlanta.
Yeah, they lost to Atlanta. But I'm just like, no, they actually have 2 losses, don't they?
Just one.
Is it just one?
Just that one loss to Atlanta.
Oh, no, that's right. D. Wade came back and
hit that shot against.
Okay.
And then they had that the lob against Minnesota.
Right, okay. So, but when you watch them play, when they're fully, they're all going, and I don't see nobody beating them.
The smart thing that Miami did, which is what they should have did last year, they went out and they got athletic young guys. Not old veterans. You don't need Mike Miller and Shane Battier and Jamal McGlure and Juwan Howard and Eddie House. You don't need those guys. You don't need Mike Bibby. They went out and got Norris Cole, young athletic point guard who can score, defend. They got the Harris guy, the rookie. Joel Anthony. They got Dexter Pittman, the rookie,
right.
the big guy from last year playing. So they went out and got young athletic guys that want to defend and they want to run the floor.
Because when I watched the game against them against Atlanta with Dwayne Wade out and LeBron James out, and Chris Bosh, I was like, Chris Bosh, don't you bitch up on me now.
No,
I was like, you better not.
Well, I mean, the thing
this is your time to shine.
When all 3 of them play together, it just restricts the floor so much, so you can't really see everybody's game.
Right.
But if you take one of them out of if you take either Wade or LeBron out of the equation,
right,
it opens up the floor so much for them, and then you're able to see everybody's game fully.
Because when we watched them the other night against Atlanta, it almost looked like the Toronto Raptors, Chris Bosh. He's like, give me the ball. Because when Mario Chalmers took that, I was watching. I was like, Mario Chalmers, what are you doing? I was like, if you don't get the ball to Bosh.
Dude, Mario Chalmers is such a bum to me.
Hey, man. Mario Chalmers at 27. I was really hoping Norris Cole would have had this job by now. But watching Norris Cole, he's a rookie. I'm not taking it because I think he's going to be really, really good.
Oh, he's better than Chalmers.
But when I watched him that game, I'm like, okay, Norris, this is time for you to really show what you got. I'm like, ooh, you playing kind of out of control, buddy.
It's not that he's playing out of
He
control.
was just playing real fast.
He's playing fast, but at the same time, he's off of when you're playing off of Wade,
okay?
when you're playing off of Wade and LeBron, it's a lot different because those playing with superstars take the pressure off of him.
Right.
So he had that pressure on him because he was the primary ball handler. He had to be the primary guy initiating the offense. He was the primary perimeter scorer.
Right.
So that was a lot of pressure for a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, Mario Chalmers scored 27.
Yeah, he still sucks.
I
don't respect. He's trash.
He's trash to you?
He's trash to me, man.
Chris
he
Bosh
was trash.
33.
He was trash at Kansas.
Well, but what happened with Atlanta though? You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I heard Kenny kind of say it in the studio when I was watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you come out and you get hyped up to play against LeBron and Wade, and you want to bring your A game against them. When you see they're not playing, it's sort of a letdown.
Really?
And I think that's what happened. That Atlanta team's not good enough to where they can't play down to the competition.
No.
They're not good enough.
I feel bad for Atlanta Hawks. I really do because I'm watching Joe Johnson. I'm just like, this is it, guys. This is all you're getting from Joe.
I mean, that's all they got from him in the past. Like they
showed his averages in 06. He averaged 25 points a game. That was with Phoenix.
Yeah. When
he came to Atlanta, it went down to 21. And then 21, like 20, it was like 21.9, then 21.5, then 21.3, then 18, then 17. I'm like, what the hell?
Joe Johnson has game, but he's just a solid guy in this league.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a superstar. He's
Luol Deng.
He's a nice starting two guard that can do a little bit of everything.
And that's another thing with the Bulls is that Luol Deng.
He'd be great starting at the two for the Bulls.
Yeah, he would.
He'd be perfect for us,
but
for what we need.
But when I was looking at the Bulls and I was looking at after Luol Deng cut his hair, thank God.
Like, dude, how many African people you know rocking a mohawk, man?
Not that many.
Like Luol, come on, man. No. Like I said, when I seen that haircut, man, it looked like somebody cut that in like the bush of Kenya with a shard of glass with a broken bottle. Like that was by far the worst fade I've ever seen in my life.
I was like when he came out of starting lineups, when he came back home, I'm like, that's what it was. I know exactly what happened now. Luol Deng got that haircut. It was before media day. He was like, I'm just gonna try, have some fun, try something new, right? Then they went on that. Remember, they were in California for about 2 weeks. They were just in California. Luol don't bring his barber with him, man.
The guy in Kenya sharpening that shard of glass on a rock.
Yeah, he didn't bring his barber with him.
Okay,
he had to wait until he came home to get his haircut.
Like home is in the Sudan? Or
no. Home is in Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago. He had to come home and get his hair cut.
Where was he at that he couldn't find a barber to cut his hair bald like he wears it?
Now, hold on now, Jay. Hold on now, man.
What's up?
Okay. Now, let's be honest. If you were in the league,
I would have my barber with me at all times.
Thank you, man.
But I'm different than Luol.
Well, yeah, Luol has just the ball, you know.
Yeah, he just gets like a low fade on the line, and I need a fade.
Okay, a serious fade.
You know, I don't trust anybody fading my hair, but Luol, that mohawk was a mistake. It was a mistake. And the thing is, when the problem is when you have money, you really can't look bad.
No, because I'm sitting there.
Nobody's gonna tell you.
And you're on Twitter, and everyone is just. I remember, was it the first game? Yeah. And I'm just like, what does Luol got in his head?
Yeah.
That first game against the Lakers, everyone was just like, Luol,
that had to go.
What are you doing?
That had to go.
Everybody was talking about this terrible mohawk.
Like
I'm sorry, but I digress. I digress.
You know, he waited too late in his life to try something.
Something new.
Yeah, you can't. No, you're not cool.
But no, here's the thing about Luol Deng. I've given Luol grief. I've been ready to trade Luol for like the last 5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
This is like the first year. Even last year when he had a pretty decent season, I just like,
yeah,
he can go. This is the first time in a long time because I liked him like his second year in the league, where that mid-range jumper was butter and he couldn't miss that ever. He's gotten back to that now, where Luol pulls up for an open jumper, I expect it to go in. I expect about 20 to 22 points a game from Luol every night. I expect good cuts. It's just like watching him play. It's like, wow.
He understands the game of basketball.
You're good.
He understands the game of basketball.
What are you expecting this year from? What are you expecting this year from the NBA?
From the Bulls or
I expect Heat Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh,
because
no question.
Because everyone's talking about the Knicks. I haven't watched the Knicks. Oh, hell no.
I'm gonna put it like this:
man, D'Antoni's done.
The Knicks might not make the playoffs, homie.
D'Antoni's done.
The Knicks,
I'm looking. I'm like, what is this?
D'Antoni's got to go. Tyson Chandler was a waste. And
Tyson Chandler's playing well.
Let me explain to you why Tyson Chandler was a waste. Because they're giving him what? How much money are they giving him a year?
$10 million?
They're giving him like $12 million a year, $12 million a year for what he does. Which is you don't pay $12 million a year for hustle. You don't pay $12 million a year for energy. And
well, yeah, I mean, in the NBA you do.
You don't. You know why? Because you're not that good if you're paying somebody that much money. The only way you can justify paying Tyson Chandler that type of money is if you have an elite point guard that can almost make the game too easy for him on offense. Like how Chris Paul is making the game very easy for DeAndre Jordan out west.
Right.
So now DeAndre Jordan went from averaging 7 and 7 last year to now this year he might average 14 and 12.
Right. Something crazy like that.
Just off of Chris Paul's passes.
Right.
Iman Shumpert, Tony Douglas, Baron Davis, Mike
when
Bibby.
He gets healthy.
Those four guys aren't good enough to make Tyson Chandler good enough to justify paying him $12 million a year just for defense.
Right.
So if you had an elite point guard on that roster, like a Nash, like a Chris Paul, somebody that can make it easy for Tyson on the offensive end, then you can justify paying him that. But giving him that type of money now is silly. So
overall, I think it's Bulls, Heat, everybody else.
Exactly.
I think the Pacers are going to give people hell. I think the Pacers are going to come out and just bother the hell out of people.
The Pacers and the Nuggets are a lot of people's sexy picks right now. But in
the West, the West is wide open to me because right now it's Portland. Portland's like running things right now.
It's Portland.
Portland lost because they were tired. Just plain and simple.
Portland's kind of like Denver to where they're too deep at every position. But the difference between Portland and Denver is that Portland has guys that are legit starters on other teams, whereas nobody on Denver could probably start for another team. Probably maybe in the name.
The West, like I said, and I didn't think it'd be this wide open because with Manu going down, the Spurs, because I was looking at the Spurs, but the Spurs might do what we said. The Spurs might win the championship.
Well, you also have to understand we're less than 10 games into the season. A lot of guys aren't in game shape.
Right.
So come talk to me when we get about 25, 30 games into the season.
We really see where people are at.
And guys are in shape. Their muscles have adjusted to play. Your body starts to adjust to playing the heavier workload they're going to play this year. So, I mean, I don't want to overreact too much to right now. I'm not going to sit here and say the Knicks are horrible. I mean, you have Amar Stoudemire, who I've never really been a big fan of, but you still have Carmelo Anthony. And the East is still somewhat weak. But, I mean, there's certain teams you can look at and say, like the Heat and the Bulls, they're elite. The Heat and the Bulls, no question about it, they're elite.
Right.
Oklahoma City, I still have questions. Denver, I still have questions. The Lakers still have questions. The Mavericks still have questions. But right now, just judging off of what I've seen the first 10 or so games of the season,
Bulls and Heat. That's basically it. When we come back, we're going to talk about Charles Barkley, and we're going to be talking about Common and Drake.
Okay.
About why Common and Drake are having a problem.
I gotta find your loving.
It's a boost of Big Man and Jelly.
ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.